What up, guys? This is Wild Rocker here, and this is part 2 of the MK Talk discussion. Now, a lot of people on my Twitter account and on my Facebook account right now have been asking me about the servers for this game. Now, I cannot say because I don't know yet. Hopefully, please God, hopefully it's better than MK9's because we've had a lot of fans that would play, multiplayer, such as myself, and would play on there, and we can't anymore because of how shitty, no offense, but how shitty, fucking shitty, how bad it is, and it's ridiculous. And not only, we didn't, it's not like we expected an update, but it was so god awful we hoped for one, and we just finally got one in the beginning of this month after about 4 years of being online. And we've told NRS and we've told them that, hey, you need to fix your servers. And I think only after the first year the game came out, I don't know if it was NRS that did this or some hacker that did this or what, but we used to have a text chat and they disabled it. And, so we couldn't talk to people. So it was just like, hey, either you challenge me or I challenge you, and that's how it pretty much went. You couldn't ask anyone, hey, you want to do a 1v1 or a tag match? Nothing like that. Well, anyways, so that really sucked out. And it's just bringing a lot of questions to the people in MK10 as for online servers. And Ed has mentioned, this is something that you want to be a part of, or you will be a part of for MKX. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean you want to be a part of it? Is he hosting like tournaments now online? Is he possibly joining, hey, if you get a certain amount of wins, or if you're going up against certain people and have a certain amount of a streak going on, that you could possibly win something? We don't know. But as for Ed, which usually people call him a troll because, of what he says. And as for this whole you want to be online because you will be participated into something greater, and these are his words of what he said in the conference of the upcoming game next year. It makes me kind of skeptical and curious to wonder, what is he hiding? What is he planning? So none of us really know exactly how the online multiplayer is going to be for MKX. Let alone if it's actually a good game worth buying. We never know. And that brings me to another point. As for the cinematic intros that we've been seeing, as for like the actual gameplay, compared to the gameplay to the cinematic intros, obviously people are kind of let down. And I've seen many YouTubers online now that's saying that it's exactly like it is in the intro or in the trailer, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's why people don't really like to watch the cinematic trailers, because it's like giving the fans false hope. It's the same with any game, whether it be Tekken, whether it be fucking Mortal Kombat, or any game, Street Fighter. And it kind of sets them up for a fall, because they know that it ain't gonna be that damn good as for, graphic wise. And when people saw the actual trailer for this MKX, they were like, this can't be, that damn good of a quality. And obviously it's not, because it's just a cinematic trailer. Now, a lot of people have actually seen gameplay, which, most of us have already, because we've been up to date on it, or try to be up to date on the latest information, which, if you guys can't find any information, I would try my best to inform you all on the latest information about this game, because even since, Mortal Kombat days, when I used to be on there, and they called me what was it? They called me the news guy for today, I think it was, the news guy. And and I would just fill people in on the latest information about the upcoming Mortal Kombat games, which I still do. Now, as for any other games, not really. And it's not because I'm a diehard fan about the game. It's just maybe I guess you could say that, because I really do care about the whole game. I really do. So I guess you could say that. And it's not like, just Mortal Kombat's my only game that I play. I play a hell of a lot of other games, such as, Call of Duty, obviously. Dead Island, Mirror's Edge, Alice in Wonderland, which, by the way, that's a fucking great game, and talk about a mind trip. But anyways, that's a different subject. But, so people have been worried about the servers and whatnot, which I totally understand. And hopefully, hope to God that they do something about their servers, And if they want to make profits as for doing guest characters and stuff, and MK9, because this brings me another question. Why the hell did they not just include MK3 costumes? Which, okay, now hold on. I just said, why did they include MK3 costumes? Okay, alright. They did for the Vita version of MK9, okay? But why didn't they just do that for the fucking console version, such as 360 and the PS3? I don't get it. I really don't. They were so up to ass with guest characters in MK9, it was ridiculous. And I'm not really a fan of Kenshi, well, I mean, I kind of like Rain, but either way, any of the download content that came out, it's nice, it really is. But I mean, as for Mortal Kombat, do we really need Kratos and Freddy Krueger? No, but as for seeing Rain and Kenshi in there, I can understand because they were a part of the MK history. Okay, I get that. Now, as for download content and MKX, do I think there will be any? Yeah, because we all know with games nowadays, will sell you stuff that is already on the game, but will charge you for it anyway. Because I won't name certain companies, but we know one in particular that got caught doing that and was charging their own fucking fans for content that was already on the disc. Now, I won't go into detail on that because I probably don't want to get my ass sued. But anyways, so it's happened in the past with other companies, and I hope to God that it doesn't happen with fucking NRS, because that's just that's really disappointing to the fans. But yeah, I just had a lot of tweets, posted on my Twitter account right now and on my Facebook. People asking me about, will there be any new characters? Well, I mean, as far as I know of, they've said that these are the only new characters. However, we never know. I mean, we didn't expect new characters. Besides Cyber Sub-Zero and MK9, we got the Glitch character from a long time ago that was just a rumor, and they made it into a character, which was Scarlet, and so we never know. We more than likely, I think we might get even more, because with this whole revision of doing fresh characters, fresh arenas, and more creative fatalities, then more than likely, I think that we will have more characters. Now, a lot of people, as I mentioned in my last video, has asked me, what's my thoughts on the whole different fighting styles of this game, because and now there's 3 different fighting styles to pick from. I mean, yeah, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because when you think about it, it's kind of cool, but if one class is OP, meaning overpowered, compared to another, then people are going to abuse the shit out of it. Such as, doing resets in MK9, or fighting glitches, just shit like that, in the games, and then, overpowering it. Now, for shit such as resets or dash cancels or, stuff like that was in MK9, which wasn't even supposed to be in the game, but, the fans and the players found out regardless. I hope that they patch stuff like that in the future MK, because it was a cheap way of winning. It really was, And hell, even the meter thing was kind of cheap too, because all the person had to do was just save up for an X-ray, And I get that if they missed, it was kind of like, oh shit, I'm fucked from there, But the fact is that if you're whooping someone's ass in Mortal Kombat, you shouldn't give them any opportunity to fucking hit you back. I mean, that's the whole point. It's a fighting game. You fight to win, You don't have sympathy for the other character. And a lot of people, when that happens, a lot of people will just fucking say, okay, well, he's whooping my ass, I'm just gonna rage quit on him. And that's another thing too, that I wish that they could prevent that from happening, but that would take away from the fans and whatnot. But I mean, that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with in any type of game, or let alone console of what we're playing. Now, as for the graphics and everything, graphics don't really mean shit to me, to be honest, because I could play a fucking stick figure game in Mortal Kombat, which in the past I actually have, and it was actually kind of fun, and so it's not about graphic wise, even though they said and they mentioned that this isn't 1080 XP. So if a lot of people that want to know about graphics and frames per second, it's running 60 frames per second in this game. I think for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, but I haven't seen any Xbox One gameplay though. It's not. I mean, it's practically identical to the PlayStation 4 version. Just a little tweaked, if you want to say, because for both consoles, for me, it looks almost the same, nonetheless. But Anyways, so a lot of people have been asking me opinions about the whole different categories of fighting. I really don't like it. I just, why not just stick with one. And I guess they really want to try to add on top on layer upon layer upon layer. And another thing is that a lot of people just messaged me on Facebook and they asked, what's my opinion about the interactive backgrounds. It's not bad. I mean, we've had interactive backgrounds in Armageddon and Deadly Alliance days, and I think maybe Deception too. I'm not too sure on that Deception, but I know Deadly Alliance and Armageddon we did. But I mean, it's good in some ways, but it's bad in others, such as, I mean, let's say that stage that they were seeing, which was that forest, that snowy forest. Now, as for the name, I don't know yet, because it's new. Well, anyways, that new level, or that new arena that they have in the MKX, about throwing trunks, breaking off tree branches and whatnot, I mean, that's kind of cool, it is, and you gotta admit, it's pretty fucking interesting. But the thing is that when you're playing online, and that's the first thing people are going to, because for a fact people are going to go straight to that before they do any type of combos or anything, because, it's like, oh, well, fuck, why learn a combo when I could just hit them upside the head with this fucking trunk, so... But and that's fine, I get that. But after a certain amount of time, you're gonna get really bored of people doing the same shit over and over and over. So as for uniqueness, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. As for, I mean, it's the same thing as for like in certain maps that they have now, where you're running up the walls to get out of the corner. Why? I mean, back in the day, it was up to you to decide, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of this corner, and then you would do a flip or try to get out of it, and if not, then you got punished for it because the guy was whooping your ass, but I mean, it's just like they're taking so many easy ways out of, dodging people's combos and stuff like that. And another person just tweeted on my Twitter now, and that sounded really weird, but anyways, he just tweeted, he says, do you think they're using the same stuff as for the X-rays? And to be honest, well, yeah, I mean, they practically did Sub-Zero's X-ray again and just tweaked it a little bit instead of actually crushing his head with his head, so with a headbutt. All he does now is just pull out his I guess stomach or intestines or whatnot and freeze him and stab him in the eye. And they could have done so much more, with that. And that's one of the things that just really pisses me off, because it's like, it's practically the same thing, and they just tweaked it a little bit. It's like the same thing when fucking, what was it? When MK versus DC came out with Lex Luthor and his costume and his animations with the missiles were the same exact thing as fucking Sectors and MK9. And they just love reusing certain animations, and, and it just, it just really aggravates the piss out of me. But anyways, so do I like the fact that they're coming back with the X-rays? Yes and no. I mean, the fact that they're bringing them back is kind of disappointing because, they like to change it up every once in a while. But the way they did it this time, because they mentioned in the past that MK9 was just like a preview of what they really wanted to do, so to say, which MK9 alone was pretty badass, I ain't gonna lie. And, as for the amount of detail that they put in these X-rays compared to the ones in the past, I mean, you can literally see the gore and the blood now. I mean, it's really, instead of just a blood fountain, I mean, you actually see the veins in the intestines and then the brain and the cranium and everything else, which is really fucking gross. Like I remember when I saw, what was it? Oh man, it was I think the Vorus fatality it was, yeah. And I almost puked. Like, I'm not even lying. and that's what drawn me to Mortal Kombat. I know it's gonna make me nauseous, but I don't care because it's the fact of the gore and the blood and the whole, Mortal Kombat. So it really just, it really got me back to feeling, like the old way. Even with new characters that they have, it kind of made me feel that old nostalgia of like, oh god, I'm gonna be sick because I just seen someone get decapitated, and shit like that. But, so that was kind of cool. But, As for any updated information about this game, I will fill you guys in as much as I can ASAP, and I will definitely let you guys know, because as most people know, I'm the news guy for this, for Mortal Kombat. So I would definitely let you guys know about any information that I get on Twitter or Facebook or even on YouTube, and I will definitely make videos about this game and let you guys know the latest information. And I probably will be making a part 3 more than likely. So this has been a Wild Rocker, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.